Hello, welcome to Digital Little Church. Thank you for joining me today. And welcome if it's your very first time. And welcome if it's your second time. Welcome if it's your third time. And welcome if it's your 2000th time to Little Church. You are so welcome. It's so good to see you. Now, my name is Owen, and I've got plenty of things planned for you today. We have 2 songs, we have a story, and we have a craft to do at the end. Now, I hope you have fun. Now, every time we start Little Church, we start with our favourite song. Can anybody tell me what that favourite song is? That's right, Jumping for God. I hope you're ready. Here we go.
Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you.
Okay, I think we're going to have some clapping.
Clapping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Clapping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you.
Skipping, I think.
Skipping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Skipping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you.
Waving.
Waving for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Waving for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you.
Jumping. Here we go.
Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you.
That was some great singing, guys. Now, I think it's time for our story. I've got my story rug or story carpet. Have you got yours at home? Maybe you want to sit on your story rug and story carpet. Now, I'm missing something else. I wonder where it could be. Oh, there it is. It's my story cushion. Why don't you grab a story cushion and you can sit on it just like me. And when you're ready, we'll begin. I wonder what this could be. Last week, it was the whole earth. But this week, I think is something different. It could be a giant green field with loads of grass. Or it could be a ginormous green apple. It's quite big, isn't it? So I think that this is a kingdom. This is Daniel. And Daniel loved God. Daniel was a very hard-working man. And Daniel would never ever forget to pray to God, who would help him work hard. Now, Daniel worked for a very important person. He worked for the king. And we know he's the king because of his gold cape. Daniel would work hard for the king. So hard that the king was very fond of Daniel. And Daniel was the king's favourite servant of them all and would give Daniel all the best jobs to do. However, there were 3 other servants of the king. Here they are. And they did not like Daniel one bit. they were very jealous of Daniel. They wanted to be the king's favourite. So one day, whilst Daniel was off working elsewhere, the three men visited the king. And they said to the king, I think a new law should be passed. Because you are so great, king, because you are the mightiest, no one should pray to anyone else but you, the king. They shouldn't pray to God. They should only pray to you. And the king liked this idea. So he passed the law that no one would pray to God, but they would have to pray to the king. Now the three men were happy because they knew that Daniel wouldn't be able to follow this law. They knew that every day and every morning Daniel would be in his home praying to God. And even though Daniel knew that this law had been passed to only pray to the king, Daniel had to and knew he had to pray to God and not to the king. But what he didn't know was that the three men were watching him. And as soon as the three men saw that Daniel was praying to God and not to the king, they arrested him and they took him before the king. The king was very sad to hear that Daniel had broken the law, because Daniel was the king's favourite. But the king had to stand by the law that he had passed. And he said, Daniel, you must be put into the lion's den. And here it is, the scary lion's den. And here they are, the scary lions. So, Daniel was thrown into the den. It was dark, it was cold, it was scary. And out from the corner came a growl. It was the lions. They moved forward towards Daniel. Stop! Daniel heard a cry behind him. The lion stood still. Daniel turned around. There was an angel. God has sent me to keep you safe and to keep the mouths of the lions shut. The lions retreated back into their dark corner. The angel said to Daniel, you can rest now. You will be safe. So Daniel slept, and the angel stayed to protect Daniel. Now the next morning, the king was so sad, and he went to go see if Daniel was okay. And to his surprise, Daniel was absolutely fine. Not a scratch was on him. The king rejoiced. Oh, I was so silly, said the king. And he took Daniel out of the den and they went back to the palace. Now the king was very angry at the three men who had told him to pass this law. So he said, you must be thrown into the lion's den. And this time, there was no angel to protect the three angry men. even though Daniel was told by the king to not pray to God, Daniel still did and stayed faithful to God, because Daniel knew that God would stay faithful to him and loved God so much that he prayed every day, no matter what was going on around him. We're going to sing a song now. It's called Who's the King of the Jungle? I hope you know the actions. If not, follow me.
Who's the king of the jungle? Who's the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who's the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? Well, I say J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he's the king of me. He's the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea.
Here we go.
Who's the king of the jungle? Who's the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who's the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? Well, I say J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he's the king of me. He's the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea. Of the jungle, who's the king of the sea? Bubble, bubble, bubble. Who's the king of the universe? And who's the king of me? Well, I say J-E-S-U-S. Yes, he's the king of me. He's the king of the universe, the jungle and the sea.
That was some great singing, guys. Well done. Good job. Now we're going to do our craft. It's very easy to do. All you need is a bit of A4 paper or card. I've used some coloured card for my craft. Some glue, a pencil, and some cupcake cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100,000. You can use as many as you like for your craft. And what we're going to do, we're going to make Daniel in the lion's den. And here's one that I made earlier. Here he is. There's Daniel. And here are the lions, look. And what we simply do, you draw, before you stick down, draw the lion's face. Look, if you can see, I'm not the best artist in the world. You could draw a body on them, or they can just be floating there. And I drew Daniel. And you stick them on. And then I've written, God sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths. It's what we heard in our story, isn't it? Well, have fun. Thank you for joining me at Little Church today. I hope you had a great time. Please share the photos of your crafts in the comments below. And please share and like this video. Somebody else might want to watch it and enjoy it as well. They might have younger ones that might want to get involved. So, until next Tuesday, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.